Hi, welcome to my channel, Hello Kimmy Knitwear. I'm Kimmy, and in today's video, I'm going to bring you along with me while I knit my first dress ever. I'm not going to be using any specific pattern. I'm just going to kind of create my own, I guess, just as I go, so that it's more customized to me and my size. I do already have a few ideas sketched out. Whatever sketches I'm thinking about doing, I'll pop in here. I'm either going to use this gray, which I've used many times before already, or just a regular black acrylic yarn. I'm gonna go knit up some swatches of these two yarns. I do plan on using 6.5mm needles, circular needles, Takumi. They're fine. They're not my favorite. I haven't found my favorite circular needles yet. For now, these shall do. I'm gonna go knit those up. So I'll come back when I have that done and we can start making some decisions. Hello, good morning. It's the next day. The last thing we spoke about was the swatches right before I made them. I have them here. I have the black one, gray one. So just by showing you them, you can see like the tension of them is different. I use the 6.5mm circular needles for both, and I cast it on 12 stitches for this one, and I cast it on 10 stitches for this one. The only reason for the difference in number of stitches is because if you compare the two, the gray yarn is a little bit thicker, and I wanted to kind of accommodate for that. So I did 2 less stitches just to keep them as close to the same size as I could. The dress that I want to make, it's like that very like tight bodycon kind of dress. I feel like it's the easiest one for me to make as my first dress. I want to use black, I really do, but I don't want to size down my needles to create like a bit of a tighter fabric, and I also just don't want to wear something that's completely see-through because I want to be comfortable. I want to feel like, you know, if I walk into the sun, I'm not just gonna flash everyone. With that in mind, I decided I'm gonna go with the gray. Color-wise, it's perfect for me. I'm very much into black, gray, brown, beige, that kind of, but mostly black. Can you tell? So I actually couldn't wait, and I got started last night. I did do some calculations, but I don't know about anyone else, but whenever I do the math, like I do it properly, you know, like I figure out how long this is compared to the length that I need and how many stitches that requires, and I do it all, but I always end up with more than I need. Is that just me? I came up with 2 different numbers. If I wanted it to be a little bit smaller, I was gonna do 120 stitches. And if I wanted it to be a little bit bigger, I was gonna do 140. Comparing that to the different measurements of my body, like say at my waist compared to my hips, they're different. Like my waist is much smaller than my hips are. And so I wanna make sure that the amount of stitches that I have is going to fit nicely and like stretch over my butt, but still be like nice and tight around my waist. I hope that makes sense. I think it does. Either 120 stitches or 140 stitches. I was very nervous, so I ended up doing 150 stitches. Just to be sure, you know, like I wanted to be safe, and I planned on taking it off of the needles and measuring it like on my body after a few rows anyway, just to be more accurate. And so I did that. 150 was far too much. And I ended up coming to the conclusion that 100 stitches should be enough. So I'm gonna cast that on now. And then I actually have to go out to run an errand, but I'm gonna be walking, and it's like a good 15-minute walk or so. So I'm just gonna knit on the way. Thankfully, it's not raining outside and it's actually fairly warm, which is really nice. So let's just kind of recap. I decided on the gray. I decided on 100 stitches, and my needles are 6.5mm. Good morning. I am so tired this morning. Just one of those mornings where it was just so difficult to get up, you know? I'm just going to do my best to get into the groove and just knit as much as I possibly can while I down as much coffee as I can. So I just wanted to give you some of my final thoughts. I am over the moon about the dress. I think for it being my first dress that I have ever knit, I'm proud of it. I think it turned out well. I'm also definitely happy with the pattern that I came up with. It was very simple in construction, but it was really fun to knit up. So what do you think? I know not everyone likes the same style, but I would love to know what you think. So with that, this is going to be the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, why not give it a thumbs up? And if you want to see more videos from me, then why not hit the subscribe button? I would love to have you here. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.